can start now. Let me share my screen again. So can we see my screen now? Can we see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, alright. So
but it's not bold.
It's not bold. Okay, I'll work on that. Let me see. Okay, I'm coming. How about like this?
Yes.
Very good.
It's fine now, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Make little. So it's okay like this, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we've dealt with this part, the mindset part, and gradually we are going into everything that you've been expecting. Okay, so let me quickly run through what we did last.
Is the class recorded?
Yeah, it's going to be recorded. Is that not what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be recorded. I think I finally found a solution to the recording issue, so it's going to be recorded. Okay. So let me go through what we did last class. I'm going to run through it. I made some adjustments to the notes earlier today. So last class I made the claim. I tried to let us to understand that first of all, because most time when people hear copywriting, especially people who have an idea of the other guy, which is copyright, they tend to mix it up together at first. So I try to explain to us that the two of them are entirely different, and copywriting is completely different from copyright as we know it. And you helped us to shed more light to that, talking about ebet now. You gave us some explanation since you are in the law field. So but I made a note about copyright. I said a copyright is a type of intellectual property that gives its owner the exclusive right to copy, to distribute, to adapt, to display and perform a creative work, usually for a limited time. So I'm sure if we are all at one time or the other, we've all read some books, maybe even textbooks, and if you open to probably the first or second page, you're going to see things relating to copyright where they say no part of this book can be duplicated without the author's without taking okay, so let me read. Okay, there's a book beside me. Let me read what they write here. It said, all rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic, mechanical, photocopying, recording, or otherwise, without the prior permission of the copyright owner. So that is what copyright has to do with that. Something that belongs to an individual, which makes it a crime under the law for you to duplicate it without their permission. Well, that is not what copywriting is all about. Now, copywriting, as I mentioned, is the art of selling with the written word. Okay, is the art of selling with the written word. There are many ways to sell. People go around selling mouth to mouth, like one person to one person. Okay, you could sell that way, but copywriting is a kind of selling which involves the use of written word. That is, you have to write to sell. Okay, now these words that you've written can now be distributed in different ways. It could be distributed via images. It could be distributed via documents. It could be distributed via video. Okay, so but behind every one of them, basically behind every advert that you see, be it video adverts, be it audio jingles, okay, behind every advert that is aimed at selling, okay, is a fragment of copywriting. Okay, now I said the main reason why you're a copywriter is basically to make money. Okay, the main reason why you're a copywriter is to make money for yourself and for your clients, for other businesses. Now, when I said for yourself, this implies that possibly you personally, you might have a business of your own. Okay, so the knowledge that you have as a copywriter can help you to better sell your products or services as an individual, and then it also positions you as a person to help other businesses to make money. Okay, so that's like the basic essence of copywriting. Okay, to make money, to sell a product or service. Other reasons usefulness of copywriting, other things that you can do with copywriting involves persuading people, okay, to, let's say for example online, to click a link to probably to connect with you or to follow you on your social media platform. Okay, if you create a piece of content that tells people that, okay, I want you to click this link so that you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or wherever, that is an application of copywriting. Or if you can send a message to a group of people, telling them, asking them, okay, without begging them, okay, you're not begging them, but you're applying the principles of copywriting to ask them to repost something for you. Okay, you are not begging them, but you apply the principles of copywriting. Okay, I will show you how to do some of that. Okay, to tell them to, I'm sure at one time or the other somebody on WhatsApp has sent you something, probably even a stranger has sent you that, okay, help me to repost this. Now most time you can decide to repost for them out of the goodness of your heart as a person, or most times you will be put off by their approach and you will decide not to repost for them. Okay, but if done right, okay, if with someone that has an understanding of copywriting and they do it right, they will, it doesn't mean that every individual will repost for them, but they will have many people reposting for them. Okay, and then maybe you want to tell people to do something that is totally different from making money. Like I gave the example probably in the first class or the second class, it should be the second class, that let's say for example you have a desire to go to the cinema, okay, but you don't want to go alone. You want someone to go with you, and then you try to persuade a friend of yours to follow you, even though he or she does not initially want to go on such, to go to the movie or something like that, but with your skill and persuasion ability, you can encourage them to go with you. You can convince them that going with you to the movie is going to be of benefit to them. So all those things are applications of copywriting actually. Okay, but the major application of copywriting is to sell. Okay, that's the major application of copywriting, to sell. So I explained that a copy is a piece of written words whose intent is to convince, to persuade, and to okay, I get that. No problem, you can do that. Ayodeji, are you hearing me clearly? Like clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means the issue is from her side, so she will join us back. So I said a copy is a piece of written words whose intent is to convince, to persuade. How is it now, Ebert? Is it better now?
Yes, it is better now. Thank you.
Okay, so whose intent is to convince, to persuade, to encourage a particular set of people to take a specific action. That is what a copy is. So a copy is actually anything that a copywriter writes to convince people, to persuade people, to encourage people to take a specific action. In the last class I showed an example of a copy. I will do the same at a later time today. So, and I mentioned also that if you've met with anyone who is a copywriter, there is this thing that we are always proud to speak of, and that is to call copywriting the greatest skill. And I'm yet to find someone to argue it with me that copywriting is not the greatest skill. I'm not saying graphic designing is bad. I'm not saying web designing or any other skill is bad. But why copywriting is the greatest skill is that it is focused on like the most important part of a business. Okay, and the most important part of any business, I don't know, unless you are doing philanthropy or you are doing charity. Okay, but the most important part of a business is, and will always be, making profit. Okay, making money, making profit, making sales. That is the most important part of any business. Okay, so, and since copywriting is directly aimed at achieving that, that makes it the greatest and the most valuable skill ever. Okay, every other skill without copywriting, a business without copywriting is going to go down. I mean, if you have the best product but you don't know how to sell it, are you going to use it in your house? No. You need to sell it to make profit and all that. So, moving on to the next slide. In the last class, Ibet will know that this is a little bit different from the slide I used in the last class. So in this part, I want to talk about what do we actually do as a copywriter. Like, what should you be expecting? Who should you be expecting that you will become as learning this skill? And one thing about copywriting is we traffic in emotion. Okay, our business has to do a lot with understanding human emotion. Okay, the emotion of fear, the emotion of greed, the emotion of self-worth, the emotion of pain, the emotion of prayer, every kind of emotion that directs human beings, that affect our decisions. These are things that we seek to understand as a copywriter, and we seek to use them to help people. Okay, because one thing we must know as copywriter, one thing you must always have at the back of your mind is that human beings, we are not rational creatures. Okay, we are not rational creatures. No matter how we try to defend ourselves as being rational and logical, we are actually more of being emotional than logical. Okay, we make, behind every of our decision is actually an emotional reason. At the core of it is an emotional reason, no matter how we try to frame it with logic. Okay, There's this saying in copywriting that people buy things with emotion and then they justify it with logic. Okay, they buy things with emotion and justify it with logic. So behind everything we do as a copywriter is emotion. So we traffic in emotion, we try to understand human emotions, and then we sell dreams and hopes to people. Okay, what do I mean by we sell dreams and hopes? Now basically, when you try to solve a problem for people, okay, you are trying to move them from an undesirable position that they are to a dream position that they want to be. Okay, let's say you want to sell a house. Let's say you are a real estate copywriter. Okay, you write copies for real estate businesses. Now what your copy is going to be focused on is not just the idea of I want to buy a house. Okay, when you go with the idea of I want to buy a house, you are selling to people based on logic. But when you go with the idea of, now let's say, so for someone that wants to buy a house, okay, one of the things behind their decision is I want to stop being a tenant. First of all, some other things behind it is probably why they were living as a tenant. They've seen some things that they don't like about how the house they are living in is being arranged, the structure of the house maybe, or how the landlord interacts with them. So behind their desire to buy a house is the fact that they hate the landlord's attitude or the attitude of the wife of the landlord. They hate the fact that every day the landlord is always shouting and talking about, or even the landlord every month or every 3 months comes to increase the house rent. Okay, so that is an emotion behind their decision to buy a house. Okay, or they may feel like, okay, I want my children to be able to tell their friend that this is my father's house, not this is the house we are living in. You know, it's two different things when you say this is my father's house and this is the house we are living in. Okay, even as an adult, the kind of the attitude with which you say this is my house is different from the attitude with which you say this is the house I am living in currently. Okay, there is a prestige behind the fact that you can boldly say this is my house compared to this is the house we are living in. So that is an emotion behind the fact that people want to buy a new house. So it's not just the idea of we just want to buy a house. No, there are some other things behind it. So when you want to sell to people about buying a house, you are selling them on the desire to move from being a tenant to a proud owner of a home. Okay, a home where they can determine what happens, where they can determine if they will increase the speaker of their sound system and play music anyhow they like. A home where they can determine that, okay, I want to go out 6 a.m. and return by 11 p.m. They don't have to answer to any landlord that why are you just coming by 11 p.m. and all that. So that is an example of selling drinks to people. Okay, another instance is, let's say you want to sell a weight loss product. Now if you want to sell a weight loss product, you are not just selling a product to make people slim down. Yes, that is what the product will do. It will help people to slim down, but that is not all the product is about. Okay, slimming down is just the end product of getting that product. Okay, behind the idea of slimming down is probably they've seen a celebrity that they desire to look like they just like the shape of that celebrity. They like I don't know, shapes like 8 shape or whatever shape. They just like the curves and all that, and they desire to have that kind of body. So they've been body shamed by someone and they desire to get out of that situation. So that is the emotion behind their wanting to get a weight loss product. Okay, they may now decide to justify it with any other logic, like saying I just want to reduce my weight. No, behind every decision is an emotion. So that is what we do as a copywriter. We sell people on dreams and hopes. We are not creating a dream for them. It's something that they are already dreaming. And how will you find out about what people are dreaming, or the kind of emotion that is behind their decisions? Okay, there is a part of copywriting that involves research. We get there, that involves audience research, researching about the people you want to sell to. Okay, and this is important because, one, like I think I've mentioned it before, there's no new problem actually. Are we still together?
Yes, but your voice is cracking.
Okay, I think it was network.
Yes, your line is breaking somehow.
Okay, it was network, but is it still breaking now?
It's fine now.
No.
Okay, so I saw a notification now that my network had issue, so it refreshed a little bit. So what was I saying? I think I was talking about weight loss, right? Okay, so like as I was saying, as a copywriter, your goal is to sell people on dreams and hopes. And how do you find out their dreams and hopes? There is a part of copywriting that involves research. Okay, I was saying that there's actually no new problem on this art. Okay, it's the same old problem that human being has been dealing with from the beginning of this world, that we are still dealing with. It's just that there are new human beings dealing with the same old problems. Okay, people have been dealing with weight loss problem since as far back as 18,000 BC. Okay, people have been dealing with every kind of problem. Okay, so it's just that we have new solutions coming up and new patients. Okay, so in learning the desire of your new audience, you have to study the old audience. Okay, so that's where our audience research comes in, but we get to all that. And then we help people to lead a better life. Okay, we help people to lead a better life because we take them from a point of pain to a point of happiness. Okay, like someone that wants to lose weight, if we can sell her or him a product that helps them to lose weight, I mean, they become they have a better life, they become more happy. Holy Spirit. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I noticed that my network disconnected, but I'm back now. You can hear me. My screen is visible, right? Can you hear me?
Yes. The last thing I heard was that we take it from the point of pain to the point of happiness.
Yeah, all right. So
Yes.
I was saying we help people to lead a better life. So we help them to move. Okay, we help them to move from a position of pain to a position of happiness. For example, someone that desires to lose weight, we sell them a product that help them to lose weight. They become more happier. Okay, since they got the desired result that they are looking for. So, and then finally I said we act as the bridge between patients and doctors. We act as the bridge between patients and doctors. The apostrophe that I put there means I am implying while I'm using the word patient. I don't mean real patient and doctor in hospitals. Okay, I mean patients involve people that need the solution to a problem, and then doctors are people that provide the solution to the problem. Okay, like the example of weight loss I was giving, a patient is the guy who wants to lose weight, or the guy, or let's say a fitness product, or a fitness course, or a fitness tutorial, or a fitness program. Okay, the patient is the guy who is say 80 kilogram. Okay, or someone who has a pot belly and wants to slim down and get into shape, as to have like a six-pack and all that. That's the patient, and the doctor is the fitness coach who is going to help him to trim down and to have that desired body. So we act as a bridge between them. We connect them together. We help the doctor to sell his products to the patient. So moving on, I've explained this part, these jargons: the copy, the audience, the market, benefit, features, headline, lead, hook, offer. So I won't go through it again, because I know that moving on, eventually I'm going to come to them. So there are jargons, there are words that we use, and eventually I'm going to come to them, and when I come to them I will explain them, so that we don't keep on moving back. So basically today, this is what I was going to go through: the types of copywriting. Okay, so there are different types and ways by which copywriting is applicable and used. So we have the first one is what we call the direct response copywriting. Okay, direct response copywriting is the kind of copywriting that is aimed at driving immediate action. Okay, immediate action in the sense that you are making people to take an action immediately they see your copy. Okay, it is targeted at making them to do one specific thing. Once they see your piece of copy, they are to do something specific. That is direct response copywriting. So the specific thing that they do, like I mentioned, mostly is to buy a product, okay, or to subscribe to maybe an email list. It could be to buy a product, to subscribe to an email list, or to probably subscribe to a social media page and all that, or to download a lead magnet, let's say to download a material online. Okay, so that's what direct response copywriting is, and you could have different arms of it. You have conversion copywriting, you have B2B copywriting, you have B2C copywriting. Now, how you know that a direct response copywriting is effective, okay, is by there is a metric we call conversion. Conversion rate is a measurement of how many people actually took the action you want them to take. Okay, let's say for example you created a sales page, okay, like a website, and then you wrote a copy to sell a product there, and then let's assume that 200 people visited the website. Okay, there are ways to know the amount of people that visited the website, but that's not for today. So let's assume 200 people visited the website, and out of the 200, 100 people did exactly what you want them to do. So we say that you have a 50% conversion rate. Okay, and that's a big success in the direct response copywriting world. To have a 50% response rate is like a huge number. Okay, so that's like a way to measure the efficiency of direct response copywriting. Okay, so B2B means business to business, and B2C means business to consumer. Now there are two dimensions of businesses generally. Okay, there are businesses that they're actually serving other businesses. Okay, and there are businesses that are serving consumers directly. Let's say for example the legal advisor to a company. Okay, the legal advisor to a company, he is running a business as a legal advisor, and then he's selling his business, his profession, to another business, to an organization. So that's an example of a business to business. Okay, or let's say we have let me see another example. okay, let's say a bank. A bank is a business on their own, and then let's say they are providing loan to an organization. Okay, they are giving them loan to finance a project that they want to be involved in. So that's a business to business setting. Okay, now a business to consumer setting is like the cases I've been given, the cases of selling a weight loss product, selling a fitness program, selling any consumable product. Okay, it could even be selling a course and a lot of other things. So as long as it is targeted at a final consumer, that is business to consumer. Okay, so those are two terms that we should be aware of. And then we have another type of copywriting known as email copywriting. Now I'm sure all of us, is there anyone that doesn't have an email address in this 21st century? At least if you are a student, you definitely must have an email address, whether you are using it or not. And then if you are a professional, you must have an email address. Alright? Am I right? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you?
Okay, I said you have an email address, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the truth is, there are many people that have an email address compared to the number of people that don't. In fact, I believe there are more people with email address compared to people on WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Okay. So email address, email copywriting is another big part of copywriting, and you might wonder how do people use email to, like, how is email related to selling? Okay, now there are businesses that whenever you register, okay, let's say for example, if you buy a product on Amazon, in fact, before you register, before you open an account with Amazon, they will require your email address, and from the day they get your email address, they will be sending stuffs to you. Okay, they will send you messages. Now they will send you different email. So sometimes they will send it, if you're an active user, they will send it to inform you of their offers. Okay, let's say for example, when it's time for Black Friday and you have Black Friday and you have an email account, you have an account with Amazon or even Jumia, Konga and others, they are going to send you emails telling you about offers that you can take advantage of. Okay, so that is email copywriting in play. Now there are different kind of emails that can be sent. Okay, there's something called an email sequence. Now an email sequence is a series of emails that is leading to one purpose, which is to sell a product or service. But one thing with email copywriting compared to direct response copywriting is that your first interaction with an email will not be to sell. Unlike in direct response copywriting, your first interaction in direct response copywriting will be to sell something. As a copywriter and as an individual, it will be to buy something. Like directly, the first thing when you get on a sales page, okay, everything that is written from the beginning to the end of that sales page is to do nothing but to sell to you. But when it comes to email copywriting, it is actually used to build a relationship. Okay, there's this
I'm sorry, I missed what you just said now.
okay, let me go through it again. I said when it comes to direct response copywriting, Your interaction with it as an individual is to get you to buy something at the spur of the moment, nothing else. It's not to familiarize with you, it's not to know you better, it's not to know what you like and what you don't like. It's just to sell a product to you directly. Okay, but when it comes to email copywriting is not like that. Email copywriting, although you will eventually sell to people, but you want to use it to build relationship with people. Okay, because why? The difference is that direct response copywriting happens when people actually come to you as a business, okay, or they come to you as an individual. You are not the one going after them, they come to you. Let's say, for example, I'm looking to buy a pair of canvas, okay, and I decide to go to Amazon to search for a pair of canvas. Probably I want to use it for jogging, and I type on Amazon jogging footwears. I'm going to see a lot of businesses and brands showcasing their footwears. Now, how deep their copywriting is going to determine the one I'm going to choose and eventually buy from. Okay, so it was me that went to look for them. But when it comes to email copywriting, it is they themselves coming to me. So they are coming to meet me. The final reason why they are coming to meet me is for me to buy their product. But they are not just going to meet me immediately and tell me to buy their product. No, it's just as if, let's say you are going on the road and someone approaches you to sell something to you. Now, this person does not know whether you like what he's selling or not. Okay, and most time you are going to be put off if someone approaches you and the first thing they are trying to do to you is to sell to you. You are going to be put off. Okay, so that is why email copywriting, they are coming to you, but they are not going to sell at the first time. They will try to know you. They will try to build trust with you. There's this thing we call KLT factor in copywriting. KLT stands for know, like, and trust. Okay, so email copywriting is what businesses use to build this KLT factor, to build a knowledge on, so that the people that they are meeting, the people that they are going to, the people that they are reaching out to, know them for who they are, what their business stands for, and all that. Begin to like them, okay, and then buy from them. Know them, like them, trust them. By the time the trust factor is done, then people are ready to buy from them. Okay, so they do this with what we call an email sequence. So like I said, an email sequence is a series of emails whose aim is to build a relationship with an audience and eventually to sell to them. So it can be a let's say a five email series. Okay, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 7, it depends on the business and what they want. Okay, but the aim at the end, the last email or the last 2 emails will be to sell the product, but the first 2 or the first 3 will be to familiarize with the business and to know their audience better. So it will be a kind of interaction friendly tone. Okay, it always mostly for businesses that get it right, or that have a copywriter that knows what he's doing. The first 2-3 emails is going to be friendly, like it's going to be completely informal. Okay, talking to you as if you are friends and all that. It's not going to be salesy, it's not going to try to sell anything to you. It's just completely plain and friendly with you. And then at the the 4th, 5th, they are going to sell to you. So then we have abandonment email. Now, an abandonment email, a reminder email, and a follow-up email are mostly applied by e-commerce businesses. Now, an e-commerce business, my network My
Yes, we can't hear you clearly. Starting from when you
meant email. Okay, let me go through it again. So I said
it's still bad. Your voice is still bad.
it's still bad. My goodness. Call me. Let me see what I can do. I'm coming. Okay. How about now?
Okay, display now.
All right. So that is what we have to deal with in Nigeria. Something like this has actually caused me to lose an opportunity before. There was this client I was speaking to. That's for like, I don't know, that day it was just funny. For like 30 minutes I was using Glow. Glow was messing me up. I couldn't hear him, he couldn't hear me. That day it was very, very, it was painful. Anyway, I will move. So I said abandonment email, reminder email, and follow-up emails. These three are mostly applied by e-commerce businesses. Now, if you are someone that shop online, you would have gotten at least one of these, if not the three of them. Now, an abandonment email happens. Let's say, for example, you go to Amazon to shop, or to Jumia or to Konga to buy something, and in the midst of I lost connection again. Yeah, I lost connection and I'm back. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So abandonment email, reminder email, and follow-up emails. I said if you are someone that shop online, let's say you go to Amazon, you want to buy a product, and after choosing the product you want to buy, you add it to cart, and then you want to pay. But at the point where you want to pay, probably you had a slight network issue, and at that point you quickly went to check something else. Probably just while you are waiting for it to reload, you went back to WhatsApp, or you got busy with some other things and you forgot to go back to make that payment. After 24 hours, the business or the brand that you are trying to buy something for, they are going to send you an email, and the details of the email is going to be to remind you that, hey, you wanted to make a purchase at this point in time, but you didn't eventually purchase. What happened? Okay, and then the essence is to remind you that you have a purchase that you abandoned, so that you can come back to it and buy from them. That is an abandonment email. They can do it if they send it first time and you didn't respond to it. They will try to send it again, probably after 36 hours again, to get you to know about it again. And then if they eventually find that probably you are not interested, they don't keep on bothering you. So that's an abandonment email. A reminder email is, let's say for example, when you go to an e-commerce store, they have these things that they call coupons, okay, or bonuses. Maybe they gave you a coupon code to use to make some purchases and you've not used them, so they send you this reminder email that, hey, you have this coupon that is going to expire in the next 24 hours or 36 hours if you don't use them, so we are trying to remind you that, okay, come and use them to buy from us. That is what a reminder email, so that is basically what a reminder email does, to remind you of something. And then a follow-up email is probably if you bought from them, okay, or even if you've not bought from them, but they just keep sending it to you to let you know about their products how they can help you, how they can serve you. And this is like the most common emails that most businesses, they send it very like regularly. They send follow-up emails to just keep you abreast of their businesses, to make sure that you have their business or their brand in mind. So that is about email copywriting. Now, marketing copywriting, this is okay. Abandonment email implies that you visited an e-commerce site like Amazon or Konga or Shopify or what else? Amazon, Konga, Gigi, Jumia, Shopify, whatever e-commerce store, and you wanted to make a purchase. Okay, you've chosen a product that you loved and you wanted to make a purchase, but at the point where you wanted to make that purchase, something happened, you got distracted, or maybe your network had an issue, or maybe at that point you found out that your data subscription is exhausted. So for one reason or the other, you left the page without making that purchase, and you forgot to go back to it, or you've not decided to go back to it. So after like 24 hours or 12 hours, they are going to send you an email. The business will send you an email, okay, that you have a purchase that you were trying to make that you didn't make. What happened? How can we help you? Is there something we can do to facilitate you making this purchase? Network again. I eventually have to get a my phone. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Sorry for that. So sorry for that. It was my network that messed up again. So let me
No? Okay.
Yes.
all right. So sorry for that.
So please, what I want to ask.
Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It means that abandonment email, reminder and follow up are for the same purpose, right?
They are okay. Let me tell you the difference now. Now, an abandonment email does not come unless you try to make a purchase.
Okay.
If you do not attempt to make a purchase, you will not get an abandonment email. And it's not as if that they write it there, abandonment email. No, it's just that the purpose that it is serving is how we know that this is an abandonment email, this is a reminder email, and this is a follow-up email. A remind
Okay, I understand.
a reminder email is to tell you about offers that the brand have, to tell you about their bonuses, their coupons that you can make use of. Why a follow-up email is to regularly keep to keep them in your mind, to regularly keep you aware that okay, we are still existing, we are still doing this, we are still doing that, in case you need to do this and that, so that the day you decide to buy something related to their brand, you don't go to another business. That is what a follow-up email is for, to keep you aware of their business. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So now, marketing copywriting. Okay, this is a part of copywriting that actually doesn't, like I said, every copywriting has one goal at the end of it all, is to sell. Okay, but how fast they are trying to sell to you is what actually differentiates them. Direct response copywriting is the one that is trying to sell to you on at the spur of the moment, like no time to waste. It's trying to sell to you at the spur of the moment. Now, marketing copywriting is not trying to sell to you at the spur of the moment. It's also trying to, okay, I didn't write anything. It's also trying to build visibility and brand awareness. Actually, it's trying to build visibility and brand awareness. So we have product description and creative copywriting. Now, product description, this one is something that you can also see on e-commerce stores. Okay, if you go to an e-commerce store, you will always find out that beside every product there will be a short note about the product, describing the product to you. Okay, it's not selling anything, it's just giving you an information actually about the product. Okay, let's say you search about a shoe, a footwear. It's going to tell you, okay, it is made of leather, it's made of this, it is made of that, it has a soft sole, it has this, it has that. That is product description. That is an example of a marketing copywriting. Okay, and then creative copywriting is the kind that if you've seen any billboard that is trying to advertise a product to you, that is an example of creative copywriting. Now, I think it was last year. No, it was not last year. During Easter this year, I'm not sure if you are aware of some issue that came up with was it, I've forgotten this bank. There was a bank that one of their designer, okay, made a design to reflect the Easter wishes and all that, but that the Christian association, they took it up, that they said it was actually insulting. What that person was trying to do is actually creative copywriting, even though he did it in a way that was not acceptable to people. There is a popular one that I really loved when I saw it. Let me see if I can search it and then I will show. Pick make an Easter. I'm coming. Easter adverts. I really love this. When I saw it, it was a beautiful application of creative copywriting. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. Really, I'm looking for this. Okay, I'm coming. The one I'm seeing is not so clear. I'm looking for one that is actually. Oh, I don't know why this is not clear enough. I'm coming. It's just, I just want to show us a description of a creative copywriting application. Okay, so that wherever you see it, it's something that you can easily know that okay, this is copywriting in play, and this is the kind of copywriting in play. Okay, let me see. Should I download it? Okay, I don't need to. Okay, let me open it in new tab. I'm coming. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Let me share the part. Can you see this?
Yeah.
So this concept, he nailed it, pierced for our nourishment, and this other one, it is empty for our good. These two are like perfect example of what we mean by creative copywriting. Okay, this is not selling anything to you. This is passing a message in a unique way, and this is creative copywriting. It was someone with an understanding of copywriting that brought the idea, and then probably a designer designed it. But behind this idea of he nailed it and this it's empty for our good is a copywriter or a copy mindset behind it. Okay, so that's just an example of creative copywriting. So let me go back to so that is what we call creative copywriting. And then we have brand copywriting, and this involves, the goal of this is to build brand awareness. Okay, to build brand awareness, to get people to know about a brand. And we have social media copywriting, people that create social media content for a company, for a business, okay, that consistently creates social media content for them. That is social media copywriting. And then you have website copywriting, everything on a website that is telling you about a business, okay, that is telling you about what a business offers, the services they offer, and all those things. That is website copywriting. Now, SEO copywriting is a kind of copywriting that helps a business or businesses to be seen online too, that helps them to be more visible online. So it makes it easy for businesses to find them. SEO simply means search engine optimization. If you go to Google now and you type let me see, let me think of a word, and you type, okay, let's assume we want to buy a pair of shoe, and we just go to Google and type pair of black shoes. Now it's going to bring a number of websites. Now the first website that you see, why you are seeing them first is not by mistake. It is due to what we call SEO. SEO is search engine optimization, ability to help a business to rank on top when people search. Okay, search engine, you know what search engines are. It could be Google, it could be Bing, it could be Yahoo, it could be different things. I think those are like the basic search engines that we have. Okay, so search engine optimization to help businesses get easily discovered on search engines. Okay, that's a search engine copywriting. And then blog copywriting, I'm sure we are familiar with the word blog. Okay, a blog is like a piece of a simple website that aims to, most times, to educate people, to provide information and all that. That is blog copywriting. So like I said, from top to bottom, you have the how fast they want to sell to you. You have them reducing. Direct response is the kind of copywriting that is just targeted at selling. Like, that is the main focus of it. If it's not selling immediately, it is not working. Let's fix it. Let's find a solution to it. Let's find a way to optimize it to make it work faster. Okay, it is immediate, quick, action oriented direct response copywriting. While email copywriting is also going to sell to you, but it's a long term game. Compared to direct response, is a long term game. The same thing in marketing copywriting is a long term game. Brand copywriting is also a long term game. But the direct response copywriting is short time, quick action, quick results, let's move on. And by far, it is the most profitable. Okay, it is the most profitable part of copywriting. Okay, even though every other ones are profitable, but it's like the most desirable for businesses, because every business wants to make profit in the limited amount of time possible. Okay, they really want to make profit in the limited amount of time possible. But behind every direct response copywriting, you have the email copywriting also working together, marketing copywriting also. Because, for example, now, like the example I gave earlier, that if on a sales page is a piece of web page that is aimed to sell a particular product. So let's say on that page 1,000 people visited that page, okay, and only 100 people bought from that page, like instantaneously. Only 100 people bought. Now the other 900 people, we don't, in copywriting, in marketing generally, we don't just discard them. Okay, we take them through the other kinds of copywriting. So we take them through email copywriting to facilitate their buying decision, or we take them through marketing copywriting, brand copywriting to facilitate their buying decisions. So all of them are important. Every one of them are important. But like I said, the differences is how fast they want to get results, how the short-term goal behind all of them, the goal behind all of them, short-term or long-term. So that is the basic differences between these four types of copywriting. Okay, there are others, but basically you can summarize them into these four. There are different others, but basically you can always summarize them into these four: direct response copywriting, email marketing copywriting, email copywriting, marketing copywriting, and then brand copywriting. So let me do a quick I'll just go through some different examples of each one of them. So I'm not sure I'll be able to do an example for email copywriting because they involve okay, maybe okay, I think I can do. So let me log into my Gmail accounts. I think I have some stores that I registered for. That's okay. I'm going to share this. Let me share. Come on. So stop sharing. I'm coming. Window. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen? Oh, I don't like this. Okay, I'm coming. Okay. You can see my screen, right? So this is a copy. Okay, now me looking at this is I think this is to sell a kind of a pimples or wrinkle remover product. So this is an example of a direct response copywriting, and this is how you will know at the end of it. Let me see. Okay, at the end of it, there is a place where they want you to buy. Okay, let me scroll down. So at the end of it, there's an action they want you to take. You see here, call right now for your free 30-day supply of Duplicell. Okay, so Duplicell is the product they want to sell, and they are telling you to take an action immediately. Okay, so this is direct response copywriting. Let me give us another example. So there is a specific action that they want you to take. Like there's something they just want you to do immediately without wasting time. Let me search for the godfather of copywriting. You are going to hear about him later, but there is a man that we call the godfather of copywriting, and that's no other person but Gary. He's the godfather of copywriting. This is his face. So Gary Albert is, I mean, you can't talk about copywriting in this modern day and not talk about him. Even though he's dead, but you can't talk about copywriting in this modern day and not talk about him. So this is also an example of a direct response copywriting. Can you see my cursor? So here you see that's all there is. As soon as I receive your order, I will send the book to you immediately by first class. So this is telling you to book, to buy a book, to pay for a book right away. Okay, so this is another example of a let me see. This is another example of a direct response copywriting. So there are numerous examples of direct response copywriting. So what's the other copywriting? Email copywriting. Okay, I said I want to show you an example of an email copywriting. Most time the email copywriting you find emails that is aimed at selling on your promotion tab. If you open to your Gmail, you find them on your promotion tab. So let me open. Okay, this is a brand, a Shopify business. Okay, so this is an email that this business is sending to me. This is like a follow-up email that they are sending to me. They've been sending it for a while to sell their products to me. Okay, they are selling a tea that helps people to to slim down, so sleep better and all that. So this is one of their emails. I will show you another one. So like I said, this is always more than one. In fact, let me just search for them directly. Let me search for Ella. So as you can see, this is like how many emails so far. Yeah, July 4, July 5. Like this is almost. Let me see.
We can't see that screen yet.
Okay, you can't see this screen. Okay,
Yeah,
you can't
only
see.
have the former one.
Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, I know why. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I didn't share. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you can see it now. Alright, you can see it now. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is This is a brand, Ella at skinnymedia.co. So this is a brand that is an e-commerce brand, and this is their emails, okay, that they've been sending to me since I visited their store in July. So they've been sending it to me, at least, if I count it now, this will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is going to be almost 20 emails that they've sent to me in like 3 months, in a period of 3 months. Okay, so this is 15 emails. Okay, so they've sent 15 emails to me in a period of 3 months. So this is an example of an email. And as a copywriter, the least you can actually charge for one of this email is $20. Okay, $20 for just one of them. So it depends on the business. Some businesses can send like 5 to you in a week. So it depends on what they want to do. So, and as a copywriter, you can actually write all these 15. Your job is not to write them per month. You can write the 15 for them in 2 weeks, then give the business. They pay you $20 for each one of them. You get your $20 $20 times 15 should be going to somewhere around 120. $20 times 15 should be going somewhere around $240. That's if you convert it to naira, it should be going around very close to 200,000 naira. So you can write this in 2 weeks and then send it to the business. They pay you, both of you part ways. Okay, so this is an example of an email copywriting in play. Let me see, there's another one, beard. Okay, there's this other brand. Okay, this is another brand. Now, exactly, I think I registered for this one too. I visited this store to around July. Okay, the first store sent 15 between July and today. This brand has sent 31 emails to me between July and today. Okay, so that is another part of copywriting. This is copywriting in play. Although we are going to get to how to really do each one of them. How to write a direct response copy, how to write an email copy. We get to each one of them because although they are similar, but there are some specific differences to each one of them. So that's just to show you the two copywriting. Let me see, there's another one. Okay, I've showed you marketing copywriting, and then social media copywriting, or okay, let me show you brand copywriting, the one I talked about, SEO and all that. So let me search for weight loss products. Weight loss products. Okay. Wow, I wrote wealth. I want to lose wealth. So weight loss products. Okay. Now weight loss products. Okay, so they are showing now. As you can see, you have different search results coming up. Now over here, it's telling me that there are about 808 million results for this keyword that I just searched for. There are 808 results, but the first page is going to show probably like 10 different results, 10 or 20 different results. So how a business comes up, okay, how a business website comes up, okay, the one that comes up first, the one that comes up second, and all that, it's a product of how efficient their search engine copywriting is. Okay, how efficient their search engine optimization is. That is what is going to determine which company comes up, coupled with some other factors that Google put in place. Okay, probably the highest bidder. Okay, it's also a factor that comes in play. in SEO, in stuff like this. Okay, it's not just copywriting that comes in play in this part. Other factors come in play, and this is why I said this kind of copywriting compared to direct response copywriting, because direct response copywriting is actually, the efficiency is measured directly by how efficient the copy is. Okay, there's no other addendum, there's no other factors that affect it. It is just how efficient what you've written from A to Z is. Okay, it is what will determine what you get. But this other copywriting, there are some other factors that is associated with them that can determine the efficiency. But nevertheless, all of them are important, all of them are useful, all of them have their place in selling products. Okay, so as we go on, you will learn about the uniqueness of each one of them, and then you can decide to choose the one you are most fascinated about to go into. Okay, so that brings us to a point this night where we can say we have tried, where we can say, okay, let's take a pause until another day. So, do we have any question?
Thank you very much. I actually don't have any question yet.
Okay. How about Peter?
It is well understood, and thank you so much. I think I love the teaching. For now, there's no question.
All right. So, I guess I hope we are actually making notes.
Sir?
I said I hope you are taking notes.
Hello?
I said I hope we are taking notes, because the truth is you can't remember everything immediately. Okay.
Yes, you are right.
So if you have not been taking notes, so it's time to start taking notes. If you have not been taking notes before,
How can I get
this material.
Sorry, how can I get
the slide?
I mean the second.
Okay, the second class. Is that what Peter is asking?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll work on that, and everything will be uploaded in that folder that I sent. Eventually, I will give you access to this slide too. I'll give you access to it too. So.
Thank you so much.
All right. In the absence of no question, I'll say have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much. Ibes, good night. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. You. You. Okay. Let me